Patron, take them away.
Okay guys, this is a quick one for Simon. Why? Because open my big gob yet again.
Are you serious?
Let me just flick this over and I'll show you. Question is, where was it? There it is. Happy days. Just pull this down. I like to help the guys and I can't speak unless I do it. Now, Simon was asking about fibs here. Looking at the DAX, where should he put it, blah, blah, blah. Opened my mouth, said this is where it should be. And I wanted to follow it up and explain it.
Who'd be stupid enough to do that?
Justify, stupid.
So again, if we're looking at correlations in one thing and another, I can see that's pushing down, found the level. Cable pushing down, found the level. So if they're pushing down, it's reasonable to assume these two are going to push up. So that's found its level, down, bump, up. Now this is the one we were talking about. Look where it's at, 50%. So let's dig into this a little bit. I'm going to put on the DAX, which is here. Let me just switch on all of my screens. Because I wasn't going to do it, but I've decided that I will just to help. And why? Because morally I should. As I say, I don't do anything unless I can back it up. Okay, let's push this out slightly and I'll show you what it is we're looking at. Okay, burst through key levels that we put in. Okay, so it rattled up and it gave a sustained move. Okay, so that sustained move is there, started there, ended up there, giving us entry exits, and it's just crossed one of those entry exits, which is here. Okay, so that can give us an arena. Now, I'm not going to go overly mad with this, just like so. So I can see some points of attraction there. I want to look to see what this is up against. Well, if it's pushing higher, which it has, and it comes slamming back down, why hasn't it hit this level yet? That's a hard one to answer just yet. So I'm going to take this out to see exactly where it's going. Well, this has been on a heavy push up. So this red is in play. But is it in play now? Don't rightly know. Push this out. Weekly, still pushing up. Strong, strong, strong. Okay. Daily. Way above before. Okay. 4 hour. Right. Up, reprieve, up, down. Question is, how far is this going to come down? We know that's a 50%. And it's holding above it. It's trying to push down. Buyers are coming in. So there's still quite a bit of buying activity here. But how much? Well, not as much as you think. That seems to be buckling somewhat. Come out to the daily. It's happening here. Same situation. Push. It's kind of flaring still here. So there's still upward pressure, but I think there's still down pressure in this as well. And then, surprise, surprise, collapse, comes back to the moving average. This could be the score point moving down. Why? Because it's starting to collapse in. Drop this down. Huggy, huggy, huggy. Collapse, collapse. There it is again. Hasn't really showed signs of slowing down. Don't particularly like the Bollinger Band on low time frames. But it's shown signs here. So I think we're in for a good shout to the short side. So I'm going to put a quick order in. Boom. And I'm going to take it down into the next section, which is about there. Okay. Now I've got this in place, and I can see I'm just going to move this Bollinger Band out of the way a second. It's had a nice surge, kind of capped out, and then it's coming back. So I'm going to follow this up into here, which is a solid point, which is above this sort of cluster and underneath this cluster. To move this back out a little bit so that I can diagnose it a bit further. And I'm going to put sort of a little bits of criteria into this that we can see fully. So let's have a look. So you can see that drive there giving these kind of entry exit points. I just want to come out a little bit. So where do we think this started? That probably started here. Move that up, down. Right, that changes the dynamic ever so slightly. Now we've got good order entry exit points here. Now if I look at the main move, this bit, where it's all of it to the top, it's collapsed on the 23, to come down to the 38, working to the 50. Okay, so to me that's still pushing down with a 61 in the zone where it came from. So you could even push that right the way down to there. Okay, and a reasonably nice premise. And what you're using this bigger move for is to actually see what it's doing. But if we tighten it up like what we did earlier into sort of where this has came from, which is there, you can start seeing a tighter exit on that sustained move. I hope that makes sense in an odd way. Basically what you're doing is tightening the chart up into a logical point. Now, I do think overall this will move to the upper side, but in the short term, it looks like there's a short-term retracement in the face of a long-term move. So let's just see if we can get a quick scalp. It's currently 5:30. We're going to run it into roughly about that level.
Good job.
Right, we've just triggered in. I've done all right today. I'm quite happy with how things have gone. You know, hasn't been too bad at all. So now we just need to see if this will cap out, and I want to do that for Simon. So little salute to you, my kid. So let's run it out. Maybe he's, I don't know. Even if it doesn't get to there, I'm not that fussed. I'll go and make a coffee. I'll just put the target down here for now. But once it gets, I don't know, 50, 100 quid, I don't know, 20. See how it goes, shall we? Okay. That was for you, Simon. Quick trade, maybe 10, 15 minutes, if that. In fact, I don't even think it was that. It's done quite well. Added a good chunk onto my salary, 142 quid, just by holding my nerve a little bit. Simple stuff. I could see that there was a reversal due. Could have held it out onto the line. Could even hold it out down to there if I want, but I was scalping it. I just wanted to get in and out quick, and I based it on a time candle. In other words, I saw that acceleration, and as soon as that candle was up, it's time to pull the plug. Simple as that. I'll go back in if I want, However, I'd need to let this relax somewhat. Simple. So again, not looking for the top third, not looking for the bottom third, looking for the bit in the middle, the safe bit. So when it comes to trading, look to get in and out relatively quick if you're doing intraday. And that's why you are sort of realistic with your targets. If I wanted this to run on for 100 pips, well, it might take all day. But what if it got to 70 pips and then decide it's going back 80? Well, I've give all that money away. Just a bit daft, really, isn't it? Whereas what I've done here, got in, got out, got paid. Simple stuff. So, hope that helps. If you quite like Forex mugs, etc., my wife now sells these. You'll find sort of underneath here a sort of shelf. It's pretty much free delivery around the world unless you're in the darkest corners, and even then it's next to out. Just kept the prices pretty cheap. Sells t-shirts and stuff like that, keeps her busy, and sort of helps my wallet, which she depletes on a regular basis. And if you're interested in the squad, etc., that helps good causes, because that's where most of the money goes. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.